Here of SimBoxx in association with Adrenaline Performance and Clint Patrick's. This is the short and snappy SimBoxx prediction for Jake Paul versus Ben Askren. It goes down tonight, April 17th, live on Triller. Guys, I'm not too sure what to say here with this prediction video. Usually we look at the records of each guy's, some standout victories, reasons why each guy could win the fight or lose the fight. With Jake Paul, we have a YouTube sensation. He's made a lot of money sitting in front of a camera, along with his brother Logan Paul, and he's kind of took over the YouTube game. He's famous across the world, and he transitioned into boxing. Firstly, on the undercard of Logan Paul KSI in Manchester a few years back. He then somehow got a professional boxing license. He turned pro. He won his first fight against Addison Gibb. I'm not even too sure with these guys' names, but that was on a Dimitri Andrade undercard in January of 2019 or 2020. I don't follow it too much. But across the ring from him, he has got Ben Askren, a world-class wrestler with an MMA background, but not too much in terms of striking ability at the elite level. We, of course, seen Ben Askren knocked out in seconds with that flying kick from Masvidal in the UFC, in the octagon. It was a brutal knockout. But the little footage that we do have of Ben Askren with his striking ability leaves a lot to be desired, to say the least. I think it's quite bizarre that he's a former MMA star. He's been in the UFC. He's been cherry-picked for that by Jake Paul, I believe, that he'll have that name on his record. But when you kind of break it down and you look at it a little bit more in depth, there's not real threat from Ben Askren. You know, if you look at somebody like Conor McGregor with the striking ability Conor McGregor has in the UFC, or Francis Ngannou up at heavyweight, he's talking it coming over to boxing to fight Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. Not to go off on a tangent, but Ngannou is a striker in MMA. He's an adept striker in the UFC. Whether that transitions over to boxing, we're not too sure. But Ben Askren doesn't have that striking ability, that striking background. And he's transitioning and making his boxing debut against Jake Paul, which, if you are going to come over to boxing, you know, at least he's not taking on somebody with a proven amateur background and proven professional record. Jake Paul has those two victories, as I say, the Anderson Gibb fight, and then he knocked out Nate Robinson. I think he was an NBA star, which was a brutal knockout. But I think that's shown more about the fact that Nate Robinson shouldn't really have been in the ring at that point, rather than the ability of Jake Paul. Now, he does take it serious in terms of he trains very well. He's got some good names helping him in the gym and training him. He seems to be in great shape. Looking at the weigh-in yesterday, Ben Askren didn't look in great shape. I think they both weighed in around 190, 191 pounds. Ben Askren has been accused of taking his fight for a payday after the way he's coming at the weigh-in, which is slightly disappointing because social media, certainly boxing social media, is unanimous in their support and their hopes that Ben Askren gets the job done here against Jake Paul. Jake Paul, in some quarters, has disrespected the sport of boxing. He says a lot of controversial things. Personally, I take that with a pinch of salt because I think he's doing that for attention. He's doing that for headlines, publicity, clickbait, and it works whether you hate it or you love it. If you give it your time and attention, he's going to continue to do it. But my prediction, how do I see this fight going? Very difficult to make a prediction with any kind of sustainability, with any kind of foundations. But I'm going to go with Jake Paul. I think I'd like to see Ben Askren get the job done. I think Jake Paul's going to get found out as soon as he steps up in any kind of level, but this isn't that level. Ben Askren's lack of striking ability will get him found out. I think he'd be more accustomed to throwing a flying knee or an elbow or trying to grapple with Jake Paul and get disqualified, because I think if he doesn't, if he stands up and he trades in a traditional boxing manner, he will get knocked out. Jake Paul has shown he has power at that kind of level. Whether that transitions up, if he continues his boxing career, I'm not too sure. But yeah, I think we'd like to see Ben Askren win. We'd like to see this Jake Paul hype train get put to an end. But it's not going to happen tonight. Jake Paul will win by knockout. It's an 8-rounder, so I'm going to go with Jake Paul by knockout in round 4. Let me know in the comments below what's your thoughts on the YouTube boxing scene. What's your thoughts on this fight? Does Jake Paul get the job done? Does Ben Askren get the job done? Will Ben Askren be able to somehow show some sort of striking ability we've not seen before? Who knows? But guys, yeah, let me know in the comments below. Check us out across social media at SimBoxx, Twitter, Instagram. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We've got plenty more content on the way. I'll catch you in the next one.